All right, I catch you right in the middle of this jig. It'll be kind of a simple one. 1/8 ounce chartreuse head, chartreuse and red hackle, saddle hackle, a couple pieces of gold flash, and I'm pretty sure that will slap a crappie in the mouth. We're gonna find out. Ooh, I didn't want that. At all. Sorry to get it all worked out. And again, this is why I love the peak vise right here. Love that. All my Chanel's going on even. And I know there's other vices that do the exact same thing. There's other rotary vices. Honestly, I love this one. Awesome vice, good price. Definitely worth the money if you're in the market looking for one. Jig head in the vise is an 1/8 ounce. Number 4 sickle hook. Came from Jason Brummel, Jason's Tackle. Look him up on eBay, look him up on Facebook. Does an awesome job with jig heads. I get all mine unpainted and I paint them to order as I get them. Number one in an 1/8 ounce. I've already tied like 4 or 5 and 1/16. Let's tie a couple more. Ain't got nothing else to do. It's like 2:15 in the morning. I'm gonna come down here and get some jig heads going. Notice I got powder paint in the eye. It's already baked, it's already been cured. I'm gonna show you how to get that out. Everybody says you can't get it out, you can't get it out. That right there, you're gonna light this torch. You're gonna get the end of there's some glue and stuff on it to burn it off. We're gonna get it red hot, just like you see right there. Get it good and hot. Stick it right through the eye. Heat it up one more time. Go through the other side. Twist it, turn it. Boom. Got a clean eye right there, just like that. I use forceps when I paint my jig heads, and every once in a while the paint starts building up around those forceps, and you can't help but get it in that eye every once in a while. But as I'm tying, I go back and just like I showed you, I use that propane torch and clean that eye out. Saddle hackle, same way. You're looking for those good sharp pieces. Take that feather and you want it another length of the hook past the jig head. So we're going to cut off, let's see, we're going to cut off about 1.5 inches, 1 3/4, something like that. I'm going to go 2 chartreuse feathers. And we are going to throw, I just dropped both of those on the floor too. And we're going to go 1 wide red feather right in the middle, right between those 2 pieces. So reach in there with your scissors. Put it in there against your fingers the way I do it. I just lost that one. Get right up there in that stem, snip it off. And let me find the 2 I just dropped. Found one. And we're going to have to cut one more. That's all I found. Let's go ahead and tie this chartreuse one in and this red one in. I don't think I cut the red one quite as long as what I should have, but we're going to give it a try and stick it in there. So I might end up putting another red one in there too. Squeeze them together and see what we got. See what it looks like when it's done, if we're going to need another red one. I kind of like that. That works out. That works. I like it. Like it a lot. So since I dropped my other chartreuse feather, we're going to cut another one. A little bit long. So we're going to trim a little bit more off of that. And we're going to save those little bitty pieces. Those little bitty pieces like that, I use those in 1/64 and 1/32 ounce jigs. And we're going to wrap it up. Tell you what, I'm going to put another small piece of red one in there on that side. Just kind of depends on the way the jig looks. Sometimes every single one of them get 3. Sometimes I might throw 4 in there. I get down to the last jig and I got a bunch of hackle left over that I've already cut. Sometimes I might get crazy and just throw it all in there. Usually when I'm tying, before I start, I figure out what colors I'm going to be using. So I'll go through there and start snipping all my feathers, lay them out, and that way I've already got them all pre-cut and stuff. Kind of makes the process move along a little bit faster. And we're going to be using gold tinsel flash in this. I want one really good long piece because I'm going to double it over probably a couple times. Flash this jig up pretty good. Right up underneath the eye of that jig head. Lay it down and stretch it out. I'll stop right there in the middle. We're going to pull that flash back down. Make sure it's even. We're going to lay it up here and we're going to tie that down too. Just like that. Nice and tight. Head all the way back up to the top of your jig head and let's stop. Let's up in there and cut that loop. That gave me 4 pieces of flash right there at the end of that tail. Gold tinsel Chanel medium. Come from Plateau Fly Shop, Springfield, Missouri. If you're in the area and you go by, you tell them Eric Massey sent you. Promise you, some of the best guys you'll ever deal with. And last time I was in there, they told me they were working on an online store. So I would check with them every once in a while, see what's going on. Might be able to start getting that stuff offline from them. I'll start getting a little better naming stuff, what I'm actually using from them, so that way if you call them or you do an online order, you know exactly what you're looking for. But if you give them an idea, you're tying 1/32 ounce jig heads and you're looking for hackle and you're looking for Chanel, they'll tell you what you need. They'll get you going in the right direction. And we're gonna pull it tight, and I think, pretty sure I'm gonna call it a night. Get this one here glued down. Right there on the head, right there where that knot's at. Every once in a while I'll put some, I had someone comment and say to put the glue on your thread and then wrap it up with your whip finish tool. So that way as you're whip finishing it, you got your thread's already got glue on it and it's going to stick in there. You ain't got to go back to that needle point and add that glue. Sometimes I do that and sometimes I don't. You just seen a little bit, sometimes what happens, if you got too much glue on there, it'll want to run back down into the neck of your bobbin, and you get that clogged up with glue inside there, the bobbin's done and over with. Like I said, sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I would rather see that drop of glue hit where that knot is, and I know it's sealed up. I know it's tight. I know it's not going to come untied. You know, and everybody's got their own way. I watched a lot of YouTube videos when I, first started tying, and I kind of played with this some years ago, and it was a nasty cold winter. I tied up a lot of jigs. And I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and I picked up a lot of tips from other jig tires and kind of incorporated it into what I've done. I come up with my style, my look, the way I like them. Do the same thing. Just because somebody tells you you have to have this to tie that jig, you can find all kinds of stuff that will replace most of what you do. Sometimes finding the right material, you can go to some hobby shops, Hobby Lobby, they got, some things. They got ostrich feathers, you can usually find marabou feathers. Finding the right thread, and I know they make these bobbins where they'll adjust, but finding the right thread that'll fit your bobbin, first of all, is your number one issue. This thread that I've actually got on here right now is pretty sure it was 140 flat waxed in here. This is just normal old embroidery thread. It's thick, feels like rope. Sometimes you have a really hard time with the whip finish tool being able to pull it free. That's the one thing I would be careful of, but experiment it. You find these little spools somewhere, give it a shot. It's worth a shot. If I could find it and know it would work, that's all I would use too. But I get down to Fly Shop, and if you go to Walmart and you check the price of the thread they have, you go to a Fly Shop and check the price of the thread they got, it's pretty close to the same thing. I would rather get my thread from a local fly shop, helping keeping these guys in business. That's why I go to the fly shop and get it. They got a lot of good tips. They've helped me out a lot along the way. Can't say enough good things about them. Plateau Fly Shop, Springfield, Missouri. If you live in the area, check them out. I promise you, they got every single thing you need to tie a crappie jig and make it look good. Using the right material will really, really change the way your crappie jig will look. But if you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe. I was going through my YouTube thing, and there was like 89% of the people who scroll through my YouTube are not subscribed. Give me a subscribe. Help me out. Let's keep the channel rolling. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy the comments. I enjoy everything about it. Helping people learn how to tie, helping them, answering their questions. I love it when I get up in the morning and I got 20 messages on YouTube. But that is all I've got for tonight. Like, share, subscribe, please. And Cletus, you got anything? I seen you hanging over my shoulder.
Nope.
Want to tell them good night?
Good night.
That's all I got, folks. Have a good one.